Hello, fellow adventurers. My name is Thumb, Tohamis, and many other names I'm going to be called this adventure. Welcome to the campsite. We have a story to tell you today, and with those stories, we need characters. So, if the first person would like to go ahead and introduce himself, go right ahead.
Hey, I'm Schwartz. I'm gonna be playing Hallgrim Stein. I'll be playing as a warlock human, and a little quirky little character trait of my character is that he's fucking blind, so watch out.
Hi, I'm Blanket. I'm going to be playing Kiara, an elven cleric, I guess Eladrian, but fun fact about me is I technically worship three gods.
Greetings, I'm Azur. I'll be playing a monk, Earth Genasi.
I'm Tinger, and I'm going to be playing Pereg, a Furbolg cleric. Fun fact, my casting focus is technically the giant scar that was put on my arm.
Hi, I'm Minusy, and I am playing a young elven drow named Thea. She is a warlock, but she is also a baby who puts random crap in her mouth.
Hi, I am Shadow. I'm going to play Victor, the Triton fighter. And the fun fact about him is he's sad.
Hi, my name is Freddy. I'm going to be playing Rugus, who is a druid Triton. And fun fact is they are the brother of Victor.
Today, we will be playing the adventure Out of the Abyss. Our story begins. Captured by the drow. You wouldn't wish this fate upon anyone, yet here you are. Locked in a dark cave, the cold, heavy weight of metal tied around your throat and wrists. You're not alone. Other prisoners are trapped in here with you, in the underground outpost far from the light of the sun. Your captors include a cruel drow priestess who calls herself Mistress Elvara of House Mizram. Over the past several days, you've met her several times, robed in silken garments and flanked by two male drow, one of whom has a massive scars along the side of his face and neck. Mistress Elvara likes to impress her will with the scourge in hand and remind you that life now belongs to her. Accept your fate, learn to obey, and you may survive. Her words echo in your memory, even as you plot your escape. All right. As we start this adventure, everyone seems to be sitting in a large 50 by 50-foot room. It's dark, it's damp, it's wet, it's cold. Very, very cold. As the view shifts to this room, the certain people you see sitting in there with you. One, a young dwarven lady with bright orange hair. As almost all of you have learned to know that this is Eldith Feldrun. She is a shield dwarf. The next person that most of you know is, well, most of you know by working with them. They don't seem to speak any language along with you. They seem to almost speak in gurgles. You've been told that this is Shushar, a Kuatoa. Next, in the display, you see what seems to be a small mushroom-like creature that Eldith refers to as Stool. Not much is known besides that he kind of keeps to himself and is all around just very shy. Next is a deep gnome who seems to make a lot of deals with people who have been around for a while or who have been around for just a day. His name is Jim Jar, and he seems to always be energetic for something. And last but not least, for our NPC crew, we have Serith Keskorit, a drow who seems to have been imprisoned for some reason. His look seems a little deceiving, and his eyes seem a little shifty, but altogether he seems to not mind his situation too much. Only seems to have a resigning anger. The view pans to an gentleman sitting on the ground. Hallgrim, if you'd like to describe your character, please do now.
All right, so you see a man sitting down in his worn prison garbs. He has medium length brunette hair and patchy facial hair, very short. He has pale white skin, and he seems to be about the age of 32. And you do notice he has a prominent scar around his throat that you can speculate on later. And he also has a large spider on one of his shoulders. Oh, also another notable detail is his eyes are a foggy white.
Next up, the view seems to go to an Eladrian elf and a drow sitting next to each other, almost feigning for comfort from each other's presence. If you'd like to introduce your character next, Kira.
So I am a summer Eladrian, so I've got like this very long kind of yellowish hair that is tied into a ponytail kind of around the midsection, so it's got this like poofy outside. And I'm sure at the moment it is very unkempt. And normally I've got just chain mail armor that's held together by just like leather straps and whatnot. And underneath it is just like this kind of dark red shirt underneath it. But at the moment I've only got rags. And I've got brown eyes, if that helps at all.
I believe next up from there, since you are sharing comfort with another player, Thea, if you'd like to introduce your character as well.
A young drow girl, which seems totally off-putting for the fact that she's in a drow prison, is huddling for comfort with the other elven woman. And she has piercing white, very fluffy, unkempt hair, little white freckles, and she seems to be like, her hair looks like it was matted down by something. Like she has hat hair almost, and it looks like something is missing. And she's generally has a happy demeanor, but currently she's kind of wishy-washy. She has piercing purple eyes, and she looks to be about, if we were to convert it to human years, 13 or 14, so a very, very young girl for being in here.
Next up from there, the scene will move through this dark cavern, kind of gliding along the wet drops of the wall, to a lone Genasi.
So Moonstone his skin is a whitish gray and covered in black splotches such as the stone he's named after. He has a shaven head, but a slight scruff on his for facial hair. He has a decent physique and a strong brow, though this prison has left him weary and solemn.
As we continue the scene through this large room, we come across an also lone Furbolg, as he seems to be kind of sitting by himself, not near a wall, but not exactly in the center of the room.
I have like slightly blue tinted flesh, Perig. Yeah. And short but scruffy brown hair and real sleepy eyes, and also the previously mentioned big ass scar on the right hand.
The second duo, if you'd like to introduce your characters now, I'll say whoever would like to go first, go ahead.
Victor overall kind of has very, very cool colors. Not his skin tone is kind of like just this very light blue, and his hair is this darker, almost like in between purple and blue color that swoops down pretty much a lot in front of his face. And he has a tiny little bun at the back of his head. His hair is everywhere, even when he's not in a drow prison. And he has very large fish ears, or like fins for ears, I guess, that have very red, I guess you could say, like kind of lining to them. He is overall very boxy in shapes, and I'm pretty sure he does have a scar over his back from a battle he got into. And right now he is just sitting next to his brother.
Rugus is the brother of Victor. They are a Triton. They have very seafoam green skin, deep blue eyes, and fins on the side of their heads, almost exactly like Victor's, with the red lining, kind of just like prongs of the fins, and then seafoam webbing connecting all three of them together. He has blonde hair.
As I had already said before, and I'll say again, you're all very tired. Some of you have been here for 10 days. Some of you have been here for 2. But for those who've been here for at least a good 5 days or longer, time has seemed to blend together. You're not sure if the past hour has been 2 days or if the past week has already happened in 5 seconds. The few menial labor jobs that they have you do has kind of left you depleted of energy or enthusiasm. The one thing that you're looking forward to now is feeding time, but you're not sure when that's going to happen next either. And that is where our story begin. There is a open at the gate to all of your cells. You see what seems to be 3 drow dressed in armor walk in with plates of food. All of you recognize just to be simple bread, not great, not edible in half the sense, but nonetheless you need to eat, and water. As they set them down, they find ways to push it out to all of you before pulling back and closing the gate. You'll need to keep your strength up as the 3 of them walk off now. See, I want to make a deal that if we're able to make it out of this, one of those guys will be falling off the ledge. And you watch as the deep gnome Jimjar is going to look over at Kiara. Do you want to make that deal?
I don't have anything worth betting for, but it would be nice.
We make that deal when we escape.
A deal if I can push him.
Yes.
If we ever get to that point, by all means, go for it.
Well, then I might get my money's worth after all.
But for now, we might as well eat up, and I'm gonna grab a plate for Thea.
I don't understand why we want to push them if they're giving us food. That doesn't seem very nice.
At the same time, yes, it is not nice, but at the same time, they have locked us up here. And we're not going to push anyone, okay? This is not something you need to worry about. Eat up, dear. Pat, pat.
I'm gonna take the food and eat it.
Yeah, Jimjar, I wouldn't start getting those ideas into their heads, especially if the god's here. Oh, come on, Eldith. We don't do anything. We might as well talk. They're gonna beat us once we get to, Menso Bazaar and whatever the hell it's called anyways. Might as well have fun. Make jokes. Blind man?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, he nods in agreement.
You know what I say? I say we, should plan. What do you think? What do you think? Man with, furry ears. Perik, what do you think?
Well, I've never done something like that, but I'd say if we should. I'm sick of being here.
I mean, that's true for all of us. We're all sick of being here.
All right, count me in.
All right. Good. Well, from what I take of it, it might be close to resting for some of the guards, so we might have time to plan and know how to do it quickly. We have to plan something. It might not happen today, but it's got to happen. Because it's either that or we get, tortured trying. And I think death is more favorable right now anyways.
That doesn't sound very nice.
Well, nice can come in the form of whatever you want to take it. Freedom is nice, yes.
Maybe?
Well, do you think slavery is nice? Oh, that's what we're going to be sold to do. You are going to be sold to your own people.
I cover her ears. She's still so young. Let's save this for a different time, okay?
I don't know if you've noticed, but we're currently in a jail cell.
I'm very aware, but and I would love more than anything to escape. But until we have a proper plan...
Look, the time for innocence is lost. We've been captured. It's over.
It's better if they learn young than later.
As all of you hear the Kotoa kind of just chime in as he's kind of looking at all of you. Well, for the people who know Undercommon, what you hear from Shushar is, well, it would be nice to get out of here. I want to return home. But I know my people will be very excited to have me home. But that's only for like the two people who understand Undercommon.
Mister, where do you live exactly? I'm gonna say that in Undercommon.
Oh, I live in Sloop-the-Bloop.
Slim Bim Poop?
Sloop-the-Bloop.
Where is that?
It's about a couple of days' travel. It's not too far. It's a place where my people, my people thrive. It's a good port. I miss the food. This bread is not doing anything for my scales. But I do hope for better food someday.
It's funny how you guys keep calling the rocks they give us bread.
Rocks?
Practically, these things are so stale.
A 7-day fast is better than what they serve.
They take what we can get. If we don't eat, we're gonna die.
If you don't rest either, you're gonna die as well. You hear Eldith kind of chime in. Sorry to be harsh on the comment like that, but it's true. We had a very unsavory orc a part of this party not too long ago, and well, didn't sleep enough, went mad, and was fed to the spiders. The ones that they have over here aren't exactly the friendly type. See, they're about 5 foot wide, about 4 foot tall. Eat about damn near anything that has blood.
Speaking of rest, I'm gonna take a nap. You see him sit there motionless, and the spider on his shoulder just kind of wanders off.
Well, if anything, I say we should start planning now. I mean, I know our drow friend is not going to do much to help chime in. So, I say if we start planning, and he decides to take interest, maybe it'll happen. I don't know.
Is he sleeping?
As everyone kind of looks over, everyone who's listening kind of looks over to the drow, and he's kind of just looking at the party with just these like very harsh eyes, kind of like a judgmental parent's view, but almost like a teenager judging other teenagers of some sort. Yeah, if he helps, he helps. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He's a drow either way. Well, from what we know, he's only in here for something. So it's either something that the drow found heinous, or he actually is just on punishment.
It's gross that they would do this to their own people.
Your own people, though. Well, we haven't actually been able to even talk to him. He barely understands us half the time.
Does he not speak common?
No. Born and raised drow, he only knows drow.
I'll wait till another time. Maybe I could talk to him.
Maybe. As you watch the little myconoid kind of come wobbling out from behind Eldith, it just seems to kind of wander around the room a little bit. Oh, poor buddy. He must be getting sick of this as well. He's almost been in here longer than we have.
So when they go to sleep, shall we start discussing, or at least when they switch guards? So I have something that might be of use to help us escape.
Well, we can definitely discuss, but if we look suspicious, they'll come in here and they'll check. So we have to be careful.
It's probably safer to wait until night.
Well, whenever night is.
Or at least until they go to sleep.
So, remind me your name there, Triton fellow. You arrived 2 days ago, correct? Or at least from what you remember?
I'm Victor.
Ah, well. Sorry, I would have remembered names, but there's so much to not talk about that almost is no point in trying to get attention sometimes. And that is your brother, correct?
Yes.
What is your name?
My name is Rugus.
Where do you all come from?
Up above. We've been traveling around, and then just kind of got captured. I'm not too worried, though. I believe we can escape pretty easily.
Confidence is better than fear.
Hopefully your few tricks can work outside of the jail cell.
They sure can.
If you try anything inside of here, it doesn't really work. We had a spellcaster a while back who tried to, he tried to blow his way out, and he ended up at the end of about 5 spears. Once we get beyond those gates, I believe we should be fine. We just have to be careful.
All right, I have a question about the layout of the room itself.
Of what room, per se?
The sort of just the area we're in. Like, are these cells like?
No, you guys are in one big holding cell. Like it's a cave.
Okay, so it's just so it's its own separate room.
Yeah.
Okay, not like a larger room with smaller cages.
No,
in
you
it.
guys are allowed to roam free. You are all still shackled, though, is the thing. So, well, even if we do get out of here, Jimjar, what's to say if we're going to be able to get to the ground floor? I mean, you got to remember, we're hundreds of feet up, and the only thing below is, I think, the spiders. Today. As you hear the drow from the other side of the room kind of chime in. What was that? Today. Thea, you're able to discern that as and the eating sludge.
What's that?
It's as he sees that you're the only person who can actually understand him. It's a sludge or a slime of some sort. They only stay down here. From what I remember, it's pretty harmless, but if it sees you as food, it'll go for you.
Like a man eating jello?
Yeah, a man eating jello.
Where is it?
At the bottom. Basically, once you reach the bottom, there's either ground or the sludge, but that's about it.
So no spiders?
The spider's about halfway. If anything, you'll be lucky if you actually hit the ground and die.
I feel like I should let you guys know too, since you can't exactly understand from what I know. The spiders aren't at the bottom. They're like midway-ish, and then there's like man eating jello at the bottom, like the sludge stuff.
Well, if anything, I'll take that over Mistress Ilvara's whip. God, the thing has broken so many bones.
And I guess just don't fall then.
That's kind of hard, since the only way down is the shaft, the elevator thing. What the hell is it called? The lift, that's what it is.
Was that the only way out of here?
Well, I mean, you have been working here for a while, so you should remember. So, overall, we probably have a few passages out. There's the waterfall, but I don't know where that leads. I don't know if it's safe either, to be honest with you. And there's a few paths that we could take. If we take the lift down, we could reach a bottom part, and from what I've heard, there's paths. Actually, from what I've heard altogether, we have a matter of days before some contingents from Menso Barans and comes and takes us. But that means there's a way out of here and a way in. So we could possibly try to find a good way. As anybody who understands Undercommon, you hear again, we could go to my home. Sloop the Bloop is very inviting to fellow people, as long as they're willing to help out. But we could go there. And as soon as you start talking about homes, he actually watches the little myconoid creature starts kind of jumping up and down a little bit. What is it, little girl? What's up?
Do you have a home as well?
He kind of starts shaking and like trying to get everyone to come over to him.
I'll turn to my brother. What do you think?
Well, I'm a druid, and I can most likely sheep out of here, but that whole
No.
situation with the spellcaster is a little
No, you
iffy.
idiot. Do you think it's worth time going over to the mushroom?
Couldn't hurt.
Okay. I guess we're going to the mushroom. I'll go wherever you go. And we head over to the mushroom.
As everyone kind of crowds around him a little bit, he's like he doesn't have eyes or face or like anything besides like little stubby legs. As he kind of stands there for a moment, you see as he kind of crouches into himself, and then suddenly from the top of its head shoots out little spores. And at that moment, everyone kind of, or all the other prisoners kind of panic a little bit, like, whoa, hey, whoa, what's up? As they seem to drift over and connect to everybody, getting stuck on their clothes or rags, I guess. And all of you watch as they hit your body and then disappear onto either your skin or rags. As then you hear,
We can go to my home. My home.
You can talk?
Yes, I can talk. I can understand. I'm not old enough to have a mouth, but once I am old enough, then I could talk.
I see. And I don't believe I ever caught your name. What is your name again?
My name is Stool.
Nice to meet you, Stu.
Nice to meet you. I live in a grove of Neverlight. That is where my people are.
Are you people willing to help us?
Oh, definitely. They're very nice people. Very nice mechanoids.
I think that would be lovely if we could go to your home. Do you remember where it is?
No,
Ah,
I mean, I don't even know where I got lost, to be quite honest.
Would you be able to find where your home is?
Maybe. I mean, it's a little hard. I'm only about 3 feet tall.
I think a lot of us would have trouble fitting in a 3-foot home.
Oh no, we are not home. We have big mushrooms. Large, tall stalks of mushrooms.
Hmm.
Those are our shelter. That is our home.
How did they grow? She's kind of bouncing excitedly.
They grew with water and time and lots of love.
Oh my gosh.
sounds lovely. I would love to help you search for it.
Well, then let's get out of here.
for everyone to also, he's telepathically speaking to you. Well, little guy, there is a issue with just getting out of here. There's about 19 drow, plus Elvira, Shore, and Jorlin. All right, Jim Jar, if you're producing an idea, what do you have? Well, some of you have worked jobs here already. Peric, I believe, if you remember, there was a few rooms that we never got to go clean, correct?
Yeah, I remember those. What about them?
You see, I say, if we wait for the right time, as at this point he's kind of now hushing and like bringing everybody in. If we wait for the right time, we might be able to get our stuff. Here's my thought. You see, all of the guards are on some form of rotation to watch us. But what if we try to escape while we're already doing some of our jobs, per se? You know, we clean the dens, we go clean this, we make food for that. What if some of us try to distract a large bout of guards, and then some of us who might be cleaning, let's say, I don't know, a statue to their stupid spider lady, and we try to find our stuff, grab the other people's stuff, and then catch them off guard and try to run away. We would have to get to the shaft unless we want to trust that the spiders won't attack us.
Are there guards watching us while we work?
Yes. We would at least have to be quick, is the thing. You see, if we try to do it without any preparation, we will most likely be tortured and or killed. No questions asked. But I do happen to have sticky fingers, and I can possibly get into places that I don't belong if given a good chance.
But how are we going to stop guards from supervising us?
Good point.
I mean, we could just kill them, but we don't have enough weapons for the lot of us.
There's not anything dangerous inside that we can perhaps try to release. I know that might be dangerous, but if they're more focused on a bigger target rather than us.
As a Triton, Ruckus and I, we can cast Fog Cloud in a large vicinity and run away.
That is good to know.
But then there also comes the problem of figuring out where our stuff went.
Kind of need my hat. Guardian Angel might get mad at me.
Yeah, I kind of need my sword and armor.
I would like my armor and casting focus back.
Step aside, step aside. As you hear a very harsh, gravelly voice behind you. It seems to be a drow, a male, about 5'11", as he walks up to the gate. All of you kind of look towards him, and he seems to have heavy, heavy scarring on his face. It seems that almost one side is purely just a shade of his skin being reconnected by healing magic. As he puts a key into the slot, he opens up the gate. All right, we need 3 of you to come help clean the chambers. Loth's shrine is getting dirty.
I could help.
Get up.
I stand up.
I'll stand up as well.
I'll stand up also.
I must protect child. I'm going with the child.
Holgrim it is, right?
Yes. Halgrim, Kiara, and Thea.
I can take your place. It's okay.
I don't have to look at the shit I clean up. One of the perks.
Okay, if you choose. And I'll sit back down next to my brother.
All right, 3 of you out first, he says as Hallgrim, Kiara, and Thea get let out of the chamber.
Thank you, sir.
As you guys step outside of Area 11, where you're being held, you look over the railing's edge and you can see the fall down below is very drastic and very, very dark, since the bottom is almost completely lost to whatever darkness lies below. You do see this. The webs are not too far away from the bridges and stuff like that, but altogether, the fall could be interesting, especially if not heavy enough, you could get caught up in them. He leads you up a spiral staircase in the 10th, or the first stalagmite, and leads you across the bridge into Area 6. Steep rope bridge leads from the walkway ledge to the uppermost level of a large hanging tower. This is called the Priestess Tower. The floor of the circular chamber is covered with dark silken mats and pale web strand pattern woven through them in silvery thread in the middle of the chamber. In the middle of the chamber stands a broad pedestal carved of zirk wood with 10-foot high sculpted spider and at its head. The carving is so lifelike that initially, when you enter the chamber, go ahead and make a perception check, the 3 of you.
I guess I'll roll with disadvantage.
14.
11.
18.
Thea and Kiara, you're able to discern that it is actually not a real statue of a spider, but Hallgrim, as you, I guess, see in a certain way, you can perceive what seems to be a large statue, almost frozen in time. It terrifies you almost to be standing close to something that is so alive and could probably kill you.
I'm going to telepathically speak to Kiara and ask what is in front of me.
I'm gonna just look around, just kind of see what the hell that was.
Yeah, you look to see it as the statue of the of a giant spider. You're not entirely sure what it could be a statue of. It could be possibly a patron of theirs, but you've in the past been busy dealing with other things that they have.
Question. Would I know who it is, being a drow myself and being raised partially by them?
You recognize this to be Loth. She's the matron of all drows. She is, in some way, she's the head goddess of the Drow pantheon, and she is heavily worshipped.
And is the guy still walking us there?
Yeah. As he opens up the door more to actually let you all in, you see what you've already seen before, and you see what seems to be another drow, a female drow, in the room resting. She seems to be sitting on a cushioned spot, looking up at the statue and reading a book. As all of you walk in, ah, I see. The cleaners are here. Well, I'll take my leave. Make sure they don't go anywhere besides here. It's not my job to worry about it anyways. Guards. As you watch as two drow guards enter into the room. Make sure they don't go anywhere. As then he walks out and slams the door behind you. As one of the guards looks over.
Joy.
Well, stop cleaning.
Are we still currently wearing chains, or did they
No, yeah,
unshackle us?
you're still wearing chains. It's chains you're able to move around in, basically.
Walk up to one of the guards. The chains are a little heavy. Do you think you could either like loosen them or something? I want to be able to clean at my fullest to make this room look spotless and shiny and pretty.
You'll get stronger. Deal with it.
That's fair. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know.
Is there anything? So besides cleaning, I don't think there's anything that you guys would want to do unless you have anything to intervene with.
I mean, can I try to take a few just like sneak peeks around and see if there's anything that could maybe be helpful for escaping, maybe? As I'm just cleaning, just kind of like, ooh, scoot over here, anything over here? Nope.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I've actually got decent perception for once.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that, Hallgrim's gonna reach out.
Oh?
He's gonna touch you on the shoulder, and basically what he's doing is he's using one of his Eldritch invocations, which lets him share senses with you if you are willing. So you feel kind of a pull in your brain.
Whoa, my brain.
Are you willing to let me use your eyes?
Sure. I don't quite know what you're doing, but okay. Can I help you?
I see what you see.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm gonna go look over here for a second.
He lets go of your shoulder.
Alright. This time it is 21.
Oh, okay. So as you kind of start sweeping around with the brooms that have kind of been given, looking over at the giant statue, kind of cleaning off near the pedestal, as you kind of get too close to the actual base of where it stands, one of the guards kind of alerts you to take a step back. And as you take a step back and look up, you notice at the corner of your eye there seems to be a large spider that scuttles behind the figure itself.
Oh, lovely. And that's it?
Yeah, that seems to be the only thing. You do notice that there's black candles being held in heavy silver candlesticks, and the spider eyes within the figure seem to be a gem that was placed, or gems, I guess, that were placed in there.
Noted.
But is there anything else any of you would like to do in here?
Can I talk to the guards again?
You can go ahead and try.
That's a beautiful statue of Loth, isn't it? When was it made?
Fuck if I know. A long time ago.
Do you think she would have let this happen?
Let what happen?
I don't know, her own kind. Being trapped here like this. I don't understand why.
I guess one thing you missed growing up with us was learning that it doesn't matter. If you don't have strength in a household, you're as good as waste.
Like I missed all of it.
Doesn't seem like you're going back to it either, seeing how you're basically a slave now.
It's unfair. I mean, to be fair, everything's unfair, but what's your name? I'm continuing to clean, so it's not like I'm not just standing and doing nothing. I'm cleaning.
My name's not any of your business.
It may not be any of my business, but it would be lovely to know. I'm sure it's a beautiful name, so you don't have to be worried about, like, it being me being judging you for it.
At that point, he just goes quiet.
What's wrong?
He doesn't respond.
Sir?
No response.
Sorry for whatever happened. If it's something that is affecting you, or if I offended you. Anyway, thanks for the chat. It was lovely talking to you. I'm gonna go back to cleaning.
All right. So, we will now head back to those who are within the cell still. So, Moonstone, Perig, Victor, and Rugus. As everyone has kind of dispersed due to the fact that somebody had walked in, and you don't want to cause too much attention to be drawn towards yourself. All right, the lot of you listen. I have this. As he kind of pulls out from under his cloak what seems to be a decently sized iron bar. And if I were to make any of you a deal, the next time that gate's open, we should try to get out. Because, if anything, the three that are cleaning probably have a chance to find our stuff. Besides, we have a lot of numbers.
Well, what are we gonna do to get out? Your plans seem very vague.
Do you think this would help? You see as Sereth, the drow, kind of pulls out from his bootstrap what seems to be a single bolt as he kind of hides it behind the side of his thigh and quickly shows you guys before putting it back into his boot. That could be pretty helpful.
Yeah, I just need something to stab someone with. It doesn't even have to be stab. I can just hit somebody really hard too.
I can't think of anything. I think right now we're just stuck inside a cell until they open up those doors again.
Well, my brother has something. I could probably hit someone with that. I'm fresh out of ideas. Anyone else got anything?
Well, say we get past the guard. I do have a spell that can help us get out.
Well, then what spell are you talking about? Do you even have an arcane focus with you?
It is passed down from being the elemental side of my family. Pass without trace.
That would be very helpful. And then, as I said, my brother and I can cast Fog Cloud.
As you notice, the same man with the large scarring across his face walks up to the door. Fishman, to the door.
Which one?
Either fucking one, doesn't matter.
There's 3.
Fine, you. Door, now.
I get up and I walk to the door.
As you get closer, you notice the drow with the scarring kind of looks around his shoulders, and as you get close to the door, he gets close as well and kind of puts one hand on the padlock. Okay. Listen. I don't give a shit about a single fucking one of you. But I'm going to cut you the freedom of your lifetime right now. All I need you to do is find a way to get the fuck out of here.
I'm not going if I can't take my brother.
That's fine. The whole fucking lot of you can leave. I don't give a shit. I just want to get revenge for what somebody has done to me in this campment. And embarrassing them is all that matters. That's why none of you fucking matter to me.
We can definitely do that.
Alright. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put this key in here. Walk up to you as he starts doing those actions. Look you in your face. And then he slaps you across the cheek. Altogether, it's not actually super painful. It just, with the movement, it seemed very big. Tell you to stop fucking talking. And then I'm gonna leave that door unlocked. The shipment's been late. There's something in these caves. As he starts walking out, keeping his eyes on you, he starts closing the gate before you watch as a little pebble almost kind of falls out the side of his pant leg, keeping between the door, or the 2 pads staying together. Plan soon. Plan quick.
Wait.
What?
Where is the person that you want?
The person that I want embarrassed is the mistress herself. Just stay alive and get the fuck out. I have nothing to do with you. I have nothing to do with any of you.
Okay, I'm here.
I have nothing to do with any of you. If you try to relate me, you're a slave. Doesn't matter. So be quick.
Okay, I don't care. Just where do you want us to go?
Just escape.
Okay. What about our stuff? Do you know anything about the location of our items?
Just escape.
All right.
As he turns and starts walking off, you see as he kind of looks towards one of the guards. The fuck you looking at? Before continuing on the way. And as you all kind of stand there looking at each other, the idea of freedom has never seemed more close now. The possibility seems a bit more possible. And you feel like you could possibly make it out of this very soon. And maybe even get home. And that is where we're going to wrap up for today. Thank you for staying around for our story. Stop by again for future tales. And if you'd like to, go support us on our Twitter page at Campside Bard. And give us a follow. And if you'd like to see some of our art or artists, we will be having an Instagram pretty soon, and I believe it'll be the same thing. Follow us there as well. And till then, we will see you around, so don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for joining us for this tale.